Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Financial Coach Jess, and in today's video, I am going to be equipping you with 100% free apps that you can use in your financial coaching business. And full transparency, I still use all of the apps that I'm talking about in today's video. Some of them have been so incredibly valuable, I've upgraded to the paid version, but others I still use the free version. If you are looking for guidance when it comes to starting your financial coaching business, you have got to watch my free 60-minute pricing workshop for aspiring coaches. And I wanted this to be as accessible as possible, so you can watch it at any time. You don't have to sign up for a physical class or pick a certain day or time or anything like that. You can go click the link in the description below and watch it at any time, even right after this video here. In the workshop, I go over the mindset that you need in order to sell confidently and with kindness, how to price your services so that you can work with dream clients, how to come alongside prospective clients with empathy to empower them to make the best decision for themselves, and the #1 way to overcome imposter syndrome when pricing. I've got this all in a 60-minute workshop for free and super accessible to you. So please click right here or go down in the description and click to watch that video after this one. And don't forget to bring your notes. Let's dive into the apps. So #1 is Later, and there are so many different apps you can use to post to social media and schedule out those posts. I personally like Later. I still use it, like I said, in my business, and it lets me post to multiple platforms at once. This is so embarrassing, but there was a time in my business when I would wake up every single day and think about what I was going to post that day, and I would work on it for like an hour and get that post out, and then the next morning I would do the exact same thing. And it was a great recipe for burnout and writer's block. Now I simply sit down, hammer out like a month's worth of content, and then I get a month break afterward. Being able to schedule out your social media and not be tied to your phone day in and day out is an absolute need in your online business. Otherwise, it's just too easy to become a slave to the algorithm of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever social media platforms you are on. Don't do what I did. Instead, schedule out those social media posts from the very beginning of your business. And this is going to free up hours and hours of time that you can use to collaborate and network and meet with people one-on-one. #2 is Google My Business. And this one is often overlooked by online businesses because we don't have a brick and mortar storefront, but you still need to get a free account on Google My Business so that people can find you via Google search. It's also a great place to compile reviews and upload pictures. Everything links right back to your website, so it will funnel all the traffic right where you want it. There's also no paid version to upgrade on Google My Business, so it's free to set up an account and then also maintain it for the life of your business. And app #3 is Calendly. A huge thorn in my side for a while in my business was different time zones. I coach people all over the United States, and I'd have people in Eastern time zone and Pacific time zone. And ever since I've used Calendly, I don't have to worry about being an hour off now because it makes the necessary adjustments for you when your clients pick a time. I integrate Calendly links into my program so that when my clients click on the next lesson in their dashboard, they can choose a time that is convenient for them, and I don't have to worry about double booking a time because it links to my personal Google Calendar as well. I also use Calendly for bookkeeping discovery calls and other calls that I have as well. And in order to have multiple categories, you do have to upgrade to the paid version, but it's not very much. I think I pay a little over $100 for the entire year. I also love that you can get a little bit of information and ask them certain questions when they book the call or session with you. App #4 is Canva, and I absolutely love Canva. I use the paid version ever since I started YouTube and I was making thumbnails and things like that. I got the paid version, but the free version has a ton of amazing features as well. You can use Canva for images on your website, thumbnails, social media posts, email graphics, freebies, banners, funnels. I use Canva for everything graphic design in my business, and that helps give it a more cohesive feel too. It definitely takes some getting used to, and there are so many tutorials for free on YouTube and things like that to learn how to use Canva and all of the features that come with it. My advice would be don't Don't ever try to use Canva on your phone. They do have an app, but you would drive yourself absolutely insane. Sometimes I use my trackpad on my laptop, but ideally you're gonna want to use a mouse. App number 5 is Stripe. So Stripe is free to set up an account, set up invoicing or subscriptions. But do keep in mind that they are going to take a very small percentage of what is eventually paid out to you. I love Stripe. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up. I use Stripe for all of my payment processing since starting my business almost 5 years ago. And since it's well known, it integrates with everything so well. App number 6 is Google Search Console, and this is actually an app that I very recently discovered, and I absolutely love it. If you have a blog, if you have a website, and you're trying to get discovered on Google, you have to have Google Search Console. If you don't, you simply won't be able to be searched on Google. Similar to Google My Business, it is 100% free to set up and maintain an account for the life of your business, and also very similar to YouTube Analytics. Google Search Console tells you impressions of your website on Google search, clicks, click-through rate, and average position on Google when searched. This info is huge if you are running a blog or driving traffic intentionally to your website. You can actually tell Google what links or what URLs you want to be searchable, and then you can also see what keywords are helping people discover your blog or your website on Google. As you can tell, I'm really excited about this tool in particular, and I wish I had discovered and started implementing it much sooner in my business. Number 7 is Gmail or Google Drive, and you have got to set up a free Gmail account for your business. With Gmail, you can create a professional email signature, get access to Google Drive, and I personally use it for holding coaching documents for different clients as well because it's very easy to share folders with them. Google Streak is also a great tool to use if you want to try and use it as a CRM or use it to follow up with your one-to-one meetings. App number 8 is Voxer, and I love Voxer for client communication. I use it with all of my financial coaching clients because the separation of work and life is so important. You don't want clients calling you and texting you. This is not professional and it's not healthy. I have used Voxer for all of my client communication for a couple years now, and it is awesome. There is a paid upgrade, but I've never needed it. I just use the free version, and it doesn't matter if you or your client has iPhone or Android. You can still send voice messages, which I use all the time. You can send GIFs, you can send regular text, and it's very easy to download, and then when you see a Voxer message come through, you know that it's a client and it's not just going to get lost among your thousands of emails or thousands of texts that you get all the time. And number 9, last but certainly not least, is Zoom. So I have the paid version of Zoom so that I can have meetings for as long as I want. I'm not constricted to a certain amount of time. And I've also used Zoom to host webinars. Something that you may not know about Zoom is the touch-up feature. It's kind of like a subtle filter, if you will. I really like it. I think mine is actually always on. Another tip when it comes to Zoom is that Zoom integrates with Calendly, which is so nice, so that when they pick a session time, it automatically generates a meeting link for you and for them. And this integration is so convenient. When it's time for a session, all I have to do is turn my lights on, sit down, 2 clicks, and I'm ready to go. Let me know in the comments below, what app would you add to this list? Also, another question, what makes you decide between paying for an app upgrade versus sticking it out with the free version? I sincerely hope that these apps help you start or grow your financial coaching business. And don't forget, if you're looking for more guidance when it comes to starting your financial coaching business, make sure you click the link below for my free 60-minute pricing workshop for aspiring coaches, and I'll see you guys in the next video.